Are you comfortable sharing how much your entire renovation project is? Oh, look guys, look at the chickens and the chicks. They're so cute. Look at how little. Yeah, right Thank you, babe.
You're welcome, Mama.
Jared, come look at this. It's like cute little like decorative accent.
He's on security detail.
Yeah.
And I noticed you were around the perimeter. You messing with my hens? Oh, that is a hen.
Oh. We're new to farm life.
We're new.
Her face.
She's like, you're not as cute as a dog.
Thank you. And just set it just a little. I never do hairspray, so this is like something different.
Just a little, because it gives it the grip and the hold, or else it'll fall out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I like that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anytime, girl.
There's nothing like a fresh blowout. Very pretty.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Look at how my mom made my pretty water. Chopped it off and put it in. Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. When you guys see this video, it won't be Friday, it won't be relevant, but you just know Friday energy. Trying to preserve yesterday's blowout that you saw I got. So what I do is I have to brush out that knot. When I shower, I use a shower cap, for those of you that always ask like how I keep my blowouts nice and everything with working out and everything. So I do have to brush out some knots, but I sleep with a silk hair tie, and I only use silk hair ties. This one is by the brand Silken Pure, and it's the same brand that makes those silk pillowcases. So I have these in a couple different colors. But yeah, you guys just saw me do my Zoom workout, so I'm going to leave the video down below where I basically explain it, and I'm on Zoom with the trainer and with other people, so that just motivates me. She also told me she would do private classes with me, but I said I want to start out with the classes with other people and just kind of being in a class and being a part of something. Before everything shut down, that was my style of working out. I loved classes, but then with everything, classes stopped happening. They started moving towards Zoom, and I was really against it at first. I was like, Zoom, like I'm not gonna be motivated. But I do a lot of app workouts. Like I love Sweat app and I love Tone It Up app, that for me, actually Zoom workout was such a great idea, because the one thing that I don't like about the apps is that they don't hold you accountable, that you have to show up. Like it's not a set time. That's kind of the beauty in it. You can do it whenever. But for me, I kind of need that set time. So I know Monday through Friday what time each class is. They all range from different times and different body parts. Each class is 30 minutes, so it's something that everyone can commit to. Everyone has 30 minutes, but you go hard the whole time. So there's no breaks. It's 30 minutes. I'm definitely starting to see ab definition again since having my daughter and being pregnant. I'll tell you my current workout schedule. Monday is booty, it's lower body. Tuesday is core and abs. Wednesday is upper body. Thursday is cardio. Friday is mix. So what you saw today, it's a little bit of cardio, it's a little bit of abs, like when we did this move. Tone up to see ab definition again. That's it. That's what I'm doing. And as far as the diet goes, I'm just eating healthy and balanced. I'm not starving myself. I'm not counting calories. I'm not counting macros. I'm not eating super low carb. I have occasional low carb meals mixed in, like my spaghetti squash. I can't wait to make that. I showed that in my last video, the haul. Or I'll have a cheeseburger without the bun, but I'll also eat a chicken sandwich with like a nice big hearty bun. So it's kind of like a mix. Like I said, it's balanced eating. Mom life has definitely gotten me to this place of balance, just doing everything in balance and setting realistic goals for myself. So if that's a place you want to be at, where you're okay with 30-minute workouts, where you're okay eating balanced, I can't explain what the switch was for me, but it really is about just knowing that as a mom, I can't do it all. I can't make YouTube videos and work on my house renovations and be a really good mom to Violet and kill myself with gym workouts. Like it can't happen. I can't do hour-long workouts, and just owning that and saying like, okay, but what can I do? I prioritize gut health over everything else. And a big thing with gut health, a lot of people want to know like, what should you drink? Room temperature water, if we're being honest. Big thing in the gut health world that I feel like gets neglected is you have to move your body. You have to get everything moving. You have to get your digestion moving. And it's also going to help with bowel movements. For me, when I made the priority balanced living and gut health, when I made those two things the priority, that's when everything started coming together, and that I started realizing like, wait, a 10-minute workout is better for my digestion than no workout at all. And another thing too that's so overlooked, put a lemon in your water and call it a day. So I just got out of the shower and I've just been keeping skincare super simple when I'm at my mom's. Once I get moved into my house, I know you guys have been hearing that a lot, so thank you so much for being patient. We never anticipated staying with my mom this long. It's kind of funny looking back though. We were like, yeah, we'll just stay at my mom's for like 1 or 2 days, and now we've been here for a week. Last time I was at my mom's, sometimes when I stay with people, I like just use their skincare and I don't unpack and do all of my stuff. But this time I didn't do that because the last time I switched things up, I broke out. You guys know I love like dewy skin and all of that. So this time I packed 2 simple things to keep my skin nice, and that is eye cream. So a good quality eye cream, which we're going to talk about in a second, and a tinted sunscreen. That's it. So that's really all I've been doing. These 2 things are such a game changer, especially for the morning before I prep my skin for makeup and all of that. So we'll talk about the eye cream first. This is by Teami, which is one of my favorite skincare brands, and this video is actually in collaboration with Teami, but I love them for natural products, good quality product, really great ingredients. So I've talked about this before, and it's the Renew Vitamin C Eye Cream. And I will take my ring finger and I will pat a good amount on. So you want to use your ring finger when you're putting on eye cream. This area will be nice and dewy and luminous, as you can see. And I use this at night as well. And sometimes I'll even put it in my smile lines because I feel like if it's helping the lines around my eyes, why not put it here as well? That's just like a little eye cream trick. But anyway, so I put it around my eyes and then I go up and put it on my eyelid, and I use this morning and night. And the reason why I use it for morning and night is because at nighttime all the ingredients are really working and penetrating into my skin, like vitamin C and collagen, which we'll get into the ingredients in a second. But the reason why I do it during the day too is because it helps my concealer. So a lot of times as we are aging, that's the one area, the under eye area, like my grandma always talks about it, my mom talks about it, I talk about it. It's like the one area you can see the first signs of aging. I find that using an eye cream in the morning as well as night, so everyone talks about using an eye cream at night, but the reason why I like to use it in the morning is because it plumps up this area and it makes this area really smooth, and then I wait a little bit and then I go in with concealer. Plumps up this area, as you can see, like see how it stays luminous and dewy, and that's what creates that younger looking skin. Like think J-Lo, like she always looks so dewy and glowy. Love how that looks under my eyes. So some of my favorite ingredients that are in this eye cream, which is why I love it, I've never been an eye cream person until now. Niacinamide, which if you're a skincare junkie like me, you've seen that in other skincare brands. And niacinamide is basically B3, which promotes collagen. So I feel like it helps plump up that area. The other ingredient is hyaluronic acid, which I've talked about before. That's what gives your skin moisture. If you're ever wondering about skincare ingredients, you're like, what's the best one? My favorite is hyaluronic acid. And then the last one is vitamin C, which is rich in antioxidants. Another great ingredient. I feel like all three together work so well. And now at this point, now that I've been talking, I can go and put on concealer and go in with my sunscreen, which we're about to do in a second. But if you guys want to try out the Teami eye cream, highly recommend it, and you guys can actually save 20% off with my code SAM020, so I will leave that down below. And then I just go in with sunscreen. This is by Elta MD, and this one works for me. It's just a slight tint. It's not gonna cover redness or pimples or anything, but I do feel like it evens out my skin and just kind of plumps it right before I go in with makeup. Hey guys. So we're at Lowe's right now. Can you make my head stop going? Look at
oh, it's your seat. It's your seat cooler.
Yeah, that's. I don't want the seat cooler on. It makes my pants feel wet.
You got such a hot ass.
So we're at Lowe's. We're about to pick out the exterior paint, the color that we're painting the outside of the house. So I'll take you guys along for that. But first, I told you guys on Instagram that I was going to be answering some renovation Q&A. This guy, who knows a lot about like the finance side, the loan side of it. He's a mortgage broker. He's an expert. So the first question that I want Jared to kind of answer and go over, I'm just gonna roll down the window so
it's so
like,
hot.
Yeah, so we have like a little like, it's not
breezy
stale in here.
Yeah. Crusty.
Okay, so I mentioned that we are doing the renovations 100% out of pocket, that we didn't get a loan. So some people wanted you to go over like pros and cons of doing it that way or getting financing, like getting a loan for renovations.
Sure, totally. A couple of reasons we wanted to do it out of pocket. The first one is anytime you borrow money, you're paying interest on it, you're paying fees, etc. So, you know, it's not that it was inexpensive, but the payment schedule on it was pretty manageable for us, and so it made more sense for us to not pay interest on it. And so we decided to pay it out of pocket. So that was the first big benefit. Long term, it'll be cheaper because we don't have to pay interest to anyone on it. You know, like Sam's gonna mention, you know, when you hire a contractor, you kind of pay them in phases. As they finish the work, you pay them. And so that's almost similar to having a loan anyway, where it's not like you're paying them all up front. It's as they do the work, you're paying them. So if you can, I think it's best to pay it out of pocket. There are a bunch of loan options, and especially since we just bought the home, there was the option. Going into it, we knew we were gonna do renovations, and there's mortgages you can get where you tack on a renovation budget and it all kind of gets rolled and lumped into your mortgage. We didn't want to go with that option for a number of reasons. One of the big reasons is because then the bank gets involved with what can and can't be renovated, what things you can replace, what things you can't. You have to get it all approved by them. It's way more paperwork, it's way more tedious, makes your loan a little more expensive than it would be otherwise. And we just didn't want to have to get everything approved by them. So we
didn't want to answer anybody. If we want to make a room a wine cellar room, then that's what we're doing.
Unicorn room, you know, like whatever. So we wanted to kind of have full say in everything, and so
like full creative control.
Full creative control, and again, just the interest on it. Like mortgage rates are super low, but also if you borrow, say, like an example, 100 grand, and you put that in, you're paying, even if it's a low interest rate, you're paying it off over 30 years, so you're paying interest for a long time.
Are you comfortable sharing how much your entire renovation project is?
It's ongoing. God, I wish we knew.
Yeah, I guess we can't, maybe at the end when we renovate, we will share how much the whole project came to, but we are renovating the entire house, outside, inside, landscaping, pool area. So our cost is pretty expensive, whereas if you're just renovating a kitchen or a bathroom, then that's going to be a lot cheaper. But we do have to renovate the outside of the house. Decks, they have to build 2 decks. The pool area is sinking, so that's lovely. So yeah, our renovation is pretty ongoing. It's ongoing. It's pretty expensive.
Even as he renovates things, even as he gets work done, like we went and did a walkthrough on like the phase 1 the other day, and as we were going through it, we chose extra things to do within that same phase. And I bet anyone who's done renovations can say, like, as you're like chasing your own tail with it. Like as you finish one thing, it's like, oh well, now I need to do that to make that match this. So
it's like you renovate a wall, Okay. Yeah. And now your eye goes to the corner that you decided to wait on. That's literally what happens.
Yeah.
So, because we said, I just want to talk about the phases.
Yeah.
Another question was, how do you create a renovation budget when you have to renovate an entire house like we do, like kind of gut it? And what I would say is create phase 1, phase 2, phase 3.
Like the priorities. The
priorities. For us, phase 1 were things that when we bought the house, the inspector told us this needs to be done.
Right.
Your pool area is sinking. Your deck has mold. Or did it have mold?
The footings are rotten, so it doesn't really have support in a lot of areas.
So deck needs to be done. Pool area needs to be done. But then we also chose to add
and at your home, projects are underway.
We're here at Lowe's.
Yeah, here at Lowe's.
Lowe's Safe Fashion.
Yay.
With family, we encourage you to upgrade your fashion, your safety fashion. Ask one of our associates where you can on your
Functional
next project.
fashion. Wow.
In our phase 1, we did want to tackle things that had to be done as far as safety goes. Like, obviously, it's not safe to have the pool area sinking.
Right.
But then we also chose some aesthetic things like the kitchen. There was nothing wrong with the kitchen. It just wasn't our style. There was nothing wrong with the master bathroom, but it just wasn't our style. So
we made priorities.
Yep.
And then to throw another curve, in New York, you can only do certain things certain times a year. So like, it had to all start with the interior regardless, because
it was
when we
too
bought
cold.
the house, it was winter. So
yeah, so they couldn't work on the outside until it got to like, they can't paint the house until it gets like above 50 degrees.
They're like starting that tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, they're starting the paint. That's what we're getting right now.
Yeah.
But then, so phase 2, for example, is like, we don't like the floors in the house, but they don't have to be done now.
The guest bathroom
is phase 2.
It's phase 2. Like, the master bathroom was hideous. The guest bathroom was kind of like the one where we were like, oh, that's not so bad. And it's funny because as you renovate, like your eye goes to different things. And so now the master bathroom we're really happy with. And now we look at the guest bathroom, we're like, that is disgusting.
Yeah, it like literally pains me to look at.
But
so I
go
would
back a few months
we
and it
were
was like, yeah, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, so create your phase 1, create your phase 2, create your phase 3. So next year we'll tackle the floors. Next year we'll tackle the guest bathroom. They don't need to be done now.
Right.
We're already in a pretty high budget right now, so I want to just manage that and work on that. A lot of people wanted to know, how do you pick a good, trustworthy contractor and a contractor that has your aesthetic?
I think referrals. That's all I could say.
Yep.
Who you know has used them and endorses them. I think that's the way to go. And if that's not an option, move to somewhere else.
Sure. So we asked our realtor, and she gave us the name, and we just went with him because we just wanted to get this done. Some of you also asked, like, did we interview other contractors? And we should have, but we decided not to, and I'm really glad that we didn't. Because
he's been great. Yeah,
we kind of knew we were going to use him. Our realtor was renovating her house and was showing us the work, and it fit like our vision too, and so that was like all I needed to hear. In our case, we didn't get different bids from different contractors. You can it just, you know, when you kind of like make your mind up, and then when you do the extra work, it was just to like do it, but like you already knew.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to use him.
We knew we were going to use him. And I think that like getting multiple estimates like can be a good thing and a bad thing. So just because you get like the cheapest guy doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the best deal.
Now we're going to go into Lowe's and get our exterior paint. Hopefully we like it. So we were going to do this one. We were going to do jet black. But then I got cold feet about it because I saw some of them not turn out so great. So we're going to go with the second color, but I'm just comparing the difference. Put them here. So it's still nice and dark. Like we want like a deep dark color, but just not the jet black.
Thanks.
I need all the coffee.
Oh yeah.
Teething, guys. Oh my god. We ended up not going back to the house yesterday because by the time we left Lowe's, it was time for Violet's dinner, bath time, bed. We have like a pretty good routine with her, so we're going there now, and I'm going to answer some more questions. So the next question, we're just gonna pick up where we left off. The next question is, what are some budget hacks with renovations?
What did we do to hack it?
We went with quartz instead of granite for the countertops.
Is that cheaper?
Doesn't everybody say it's cheaper? You have to kind of be resourceful with what your house has. Like, for example, I shared that I wanted to take out the stairs from the living room and we put stairs in the entryway, and that we wanted to go with a spiral staircase for like an aesthetic statement piece look. So what we did was we took this spiral staircase from the basement, which was already, what is that material called?
Cast iron.
Cast iron. So it was already black, which is the aesthetic of the house. We have black accents, but they just went over and painted them. So instead of getting like brand new black perfect stairs, they just painted them black where it was chipped.
Well,
so
our first vision for it was kind of even sicker, but
yeah,
we made these work and these looked really good. But the first set of stairs,
I'll share a picture right here.
They were really cool looking. We would have loved to do them, but when we got the estimate for the stairs alone, not even for the installation, it was like over 15 grand just for the stairs. You know, maybe we'll just put a rope ladder up there. Maybe we'll get a fireman's pole.
Yeah.
And then we were like, wait a minute, we hate the basement anyway. Don't hate it, but we're not gonna be like going down and using it really for anything. Let's pop the stairs from there to there. And it was so funny when we were like going through all these issues. We, you know, you scroll on Instagram, you scroll on Pinterest, and we saw this really cool like loft Airbnb property that had a cool spiral staircase. And we were like, wait a minute, that kind of looks like ours. So that was a big savings because, I mean, essentially the stairs that we wanted were 15 grand. So it was gonna be a bunch of money, but these were, at least for material, were totally free, which was a huge hack on the budget. So if you can reuse any materials you have, that I think is a really big hack.
And just painting. The next thing I got asked a lot is prices for remodeling, and that's obviously going to depend on the space, and it's going to depend on what you're looking for. So I was watching before we even got this house, or maybe we had put in an offer. I don't remember. We may have put in an offer. I was watching Studio McGee on Netflix. So she goes in and she renovates and decorates, and I remember her saying a quality kitchen renovation could be anywhere from $20,000 all the way to like $200,000. Like a kitchen renovation is pretty expensive, but it also depends what you're doing. So she was saying, and then I found this to be true for our renovation, if you are just painting the cabinets, that's going to be cheaper than replacing all new cabinets. If you are changing the floors in the kitchen with your kitchen renovation, that's going to be on the higher end. So I found that like it's really hard to give prices for how much things are going to be because it depends, are you completely gutting it? So for our kitchen, just using ours as an example, we did completely gut it. Like we took out the cabinets, we didn't just like paint them, we took out the countertop, we made the kitchen bigger, we knocked down a wall, we changed a window, we put in a new window, we made the window bigger and centered.
We didn't do the floors like you said, so that saved money. We were able to kind of keep the floors for now.
Yeah, we're keeping the floors for now. So that put our kitchen renovation, I'd say in like, as far as like the price wise, probably like the mid end.
It could be 50, yeah, it's definitely over 30 though.
Okay, so that's, yeah, if you just want like a ballpark of what we did.
Right.
Yeah, and like that's a lot of money, but kitchen renovations do so well as far as equity in the house.
So those help increase value for sure. Plus, like it was just, like in any house that you look at, like there's a lot of things that you can kind of like live with, but like kitchens and bathrooms, everyone renovates them for a reason, and it's because it gives the biggest transformation to the house.
Biggest. The kitchen is the soul of the house. Is that the quote? Something like that.
Something like that. It should be.
Yeah.
Make it a quote.
Yeah. So in my last video, you guys saw that we had the hood up there, but they took it down for now while they're doing the backsplash. So this is new. You guys haven't seen the backsplash yet. And we decided to go all the way up for the backsplash. This is the window that we were talking about that we moved. So we have the farm sink. All right, this is their signature latte, and it doesn't look diet friendly, but this place's everything is farm to table, so
Pretty much no calories.
yeah. Well, it does say everything's organic and from the local farms. It's whipped cream in there.
Wow.
Whoa. Does it get more farm to table than this? What are those little things?
I don't know. What am I eating?